Alright, so this is the Longmen transport map. Earlier, prior to the game, I told the teammates via chat, hey, if they have a Serenith, target them. Because we have, a Stego and Tricera on our team to help move the payload. Luckily, there wasn't a Serenith on the enemy team. Here I am just laying down suppressive fire to push them back a little bit, help move the payload closer to the point capture zone. Because when one of the payloads gets to the point capture zone, it opens up, and that allows people to contend and contest the area. So yeah, here I am just shooting. I moved the payload enough in order to start applying pressure as the zone starts to open up. I lose all of my fluid armor, so I take some cover running back. I move to the side to see if I can do more damage. Because the longer you are shooting your miniguns, the more damage you do, which is like a logical thing. There's a Welcome that is pushing against me, and so I back off a little bit, use my turret to try to parry his normal auto attack, and it works, of course. And now I'm shooting at him, and he's out of position, so he starts backing off because our Welcome's also keeping an eye on him. Sadly, we do lose Alpha, and they do move forward. So I apply a little bit of pressure. I see their Tricera is out of place a little bit, start shooting. Everyone's kind of bursting him. He doesn't have any fluid armor, so I land a whole bunch of howitzers on him. He's bursted to death because of he's out of position, he's too far forward. And then I move back on the payload to help move it. There's a Stego up there. I get in turret form, which has my anti-missile drones. I don't have enough. So like in turret form for the Tricera, you can't really aim high because like the turret form limits you. So what I had to do was get out of the turret form in order to be able to shoot the Stego, and that was apparently enough to dissuade him and make him fall back. So I'm just on the point right now. We're on the payload, trying to move it forward, trying to catch up to the lead that we lost because they captured Zone A. The Tricera enters, there's two Welcomes, they're boxing themselves. Yeah, and I'm just moving the payload along as I'm shooting the other Tricera, and he backs off of his payload, which surprisingly actually blocks our payload because his payload, their payload, is in the way of our payload. So that's an interesting thing that's happening here that I've just picked up. Everyone's trying to contest Bravo when it opens up. Here I am just laying down a whole bunch of fire, doing damage, taking out the fluid armor. The Welcome is weak, he runs back, so I chase, and he's pretty much stuck, and he dies pretty quick. Well, not as quick as I want it to be, but he does die. Get on Bravo, I get boxed in by my Welcome, but you see that Tricera's in the box. Here, I should have used my healing drones more because I saw the Welcome was weak, our team Welcome. So I could have healed him there. That's something I didn't do because I was too busy focused on applying pressure. I'm really low health, so I start running back, trying to heal. I use my healing drones, but I do get bursted by a Panther when I'm out of turret form, so it doesn't stop him from killing me, sadly. And so I'm back in the game. I'm dropping in on top of the building. I shoot the glass to get the drop on. I start shooting a little bit at the enemy, go in turret form to help protect myself. I miss a lot of my howitzers, so I should have done a lot better with the skill shots there. I see that they're reversing our payload, so I get on top of it. I know from experience that a Tricera can really bully a Stego up close, so that's what I intend to do. Even though I don't have any fluid armor, I bully him, and I shoot all my howitzers, which makes him really weak. Even though I'm getting chased by the Panther, I do enough damage to take out the Stego. And I parry the Panther as he tried to lance charge into me, so I go into the turret form with a shield to stagger him and block him, and then he runs away. There's a Tricera, the enemy Tricera is just chilling and just taking my hits while he's out of position because the other, my teammate's Welcome comes in to do a lot of damage. The whole team, my whole team is over there chasing their payload and reversing it. They're getting on top, applying the pressure. So while they're doing their job, I'm doing mine, which is to guard our payload and help advance it forward, which I do uncontested. So our team's doing a really great job of occupying the enemy, and so I'm able to casually just move the payload without having a worry. Here, in hindsight, I could have gotten out of turret mode just to recharge my turret mode's shields, but I didn't, so that is something I should consider. I see some missiles warnings up ahead. I see that they're kind of weak, but I'm not really in a position to get close to heal, and it's more important to move the objective or the payload. I start shooting erratically. I'm at full ammo. I see a Sky Raider, really weak, runs by. I take down most of his fluid armor. I don't chase because I'm more focused on winning the game and the objective, so I let him free. I'm doing a lot of damage shooting. I see a Welkin's just trying to spin to win to kill me, but it's not working because he's not landing much of his hits, but he's hitting my back shield, which is okay. But then my back shield's out and I get the really red flash on my screen, and so I back off a little bit. So I start bursting the Welkin. He did blind me because I was facing him, but he's also getting attacked by the Panther on our team, so able to suppress him. The zone has opened up, so I started like capturing the zone, or the control C, or sorry, the control point Charlie. I start doing damage. There's a Tricera, he's weak, he has no fluid armor, so I burst him with my howitzer, and the melee is able to get past his shield with the spin from Welkin. And that's a cool thing, is like the melee damage does attack past fluid armor, so it does direct HP damage. I also got pushed by our payload, which was kind of funny. I just get back on the payload and keep moving it. I'm just focusing on trying to win the game, not really focusing on kills. So I do a lot of damage. In turret form, I'm able to shoot down the missiles with my anti-missile drones to my left and right. Illuminae is trying to harass me in the top right, but I'm not really concerned because she doesn't have enough damage to affect me as I burst her and kill her. So Tricera does have his own healing drones, so his healing drones can offset a little, or I'm not sure of the actual math, but enough damage from the Illuminae that it's not going to be an issue. And then I did burst and kill the Illuminae, so it wasn't an issue anyway. And here I am just chilling, highly uncontested. Our Welkin's doing a lot of damage, a lot of work. Their Sky Raider's running away because he's low health. And here they are. They see that our payload's like really near the end, so they're trying to push. Stego's trying to do all of his damage as much as he can, but it's not enough as we get 100%, and that wins us the game. So I got MVP mainly because I moved the payload a lot, and I did land a couple kills, and a lot of assists. Our team's Welkin did a lot better than their team's Welkin. And they were able, like, the whole team play on our side was really good because we basically reversed and halted their advance while moving ours, and they weren't contesting the point Charlie when it opened up, which did cost them dearly. If you see here, my healing output, it's only about 100k, which could have been a lot higher had I used my healing drones more in the beginning, or when control point Bravo opened up. I could have healed some of our own teammates, so there I could have done better. I think another important thing to mention is that we have a healer on our team, Panaka, but the Panaka wasn't near me. It was mainly aggressive and pushing with probably the Welkin, because the Panaka can put the shield on Welkin or any of the other melee bruisers, or Panther, for instance, and do a lot of damage with the shotgun blasts. And I didn't really need the heals because I had my own self-healing drones, so that did make, I think, a difference. Their team obviously got wrecked a little bit in terms of our team comp, and I think it might have came down to a little bit of skill. I think their Sky Raider, he didn't do too hot. He did alright damage, but he mainly had a hit and run strat, and I'm not sure exactly how effective he was in the game. I didn't really see him do a lot, so their Panther was pretty good, as he was the one that got my single death, so he killed me. He singled me out and killed me, so he did a pretty good job on that. He got that. Yeah, so during the early game, I only really saw the Stego and I was bullying him, and then their enemy Tricera, the enemy Tricera was constantly out of position up until past Point Bravo. And even then, at Point Charlie, the enemy Tricera was also out of position, got caught in Welkin's box, and then got bursted by my 3 howitzers and Welkin on our team. So I think a big thing here was like the enemy's team's positioning didn't help them out, and I don't think they have enough synergy to really work it out, because at the very end I also killed a Lumine who was trying to stop me by herself, which is not going to work out. Yeah. And I think Panaka also on our team has walls, which can make it very annoying for the Stego and Tricera. So they didn't really have super heavy or hard counters for our our Tricera, which was me, or our Stego. So we were able to do some damage. So overall, I look at this video and I think, okay, their team wasn't working together as a cohesive team, and I can be more liberal with my healing drones, and that's what I should have done. So those are things that I could have improved on. Let me know what you think. Comment, see if you see a strategy or something that I underperformed or overperformed. I pointed out a lot of things that the enemy team did poorly. I didn't really give them a lot of credit for the things that they did well, other than, the Panther killing me. Yeah, so if you see something that's worth, mention, like a strategy or something, let me know. Thanks for watching.